Good morning, student. How are you? Now, today we will start Science, class 9th, chapter 5, Fundamental Unit of Life. And today's topic we will discuss the prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell. And one part of the cell which is left is cytoplasm. We will discuss all these today. And first, in previous class, as I already told you that some organism or the cell does not, which is made up of only one cell, does not have well defined nuclear region. It means the nuclear region is not bounded by its membrane. Nucleus has two membranes, you know it very well. If there is no membrane, that means nuclear region is not well defined, and those type of cell are prokaryotic cell. Generally they are unicellular organism or the cell, and generally prokaryotic cell. Prokaryotic cell, they are very small in size, which we can't see with our naked eyes and need more powerful microscope. And undefined nuclear region, its nuclear region is not well defined. Why? Because there is no membrane bounded it. It is not bounded by any membrane. Therefore, nuclear region is not well defined. That is, you can say that when the nuclear region is not well defined, then we say generally the word nucleoid. It means nucleus is not present because nuclear region is not well defined due to the absence of membrane, nuclear membrane, unicellular. Most of the prokaryotic cells are unicellular. This is unicellular, and I think you know it very well. Unicellular are those organisms which has only one cell. It means all the functions are performed by a single cell, single chromosome. And you know what is chromosome, which is present in the nucleus, and this chromosome it will form when the cell has ability to divide. It means when the cell is to be divided, then it form a chromosome which is present in the nucleus. And you know the chromosome carry the information from one generation to another generation. It means unicellular, which is generally we are saying that prokaryotic cell has only one chromosome, only one chromosomes. And you know it very well, when the cell not ability to divide, then chromosome will not form. It will form the chromatin material. Only one chromosome is present and nucleus absent. Nucleus is not present. Generally we can say also nucleus. Why nucleus is absent? Because nuclear region is not well defined, therefore nucleus is absent. Or we can say nucleus or the nucleolus is absent. Cell division by the fission or budding. Division, when the cell is divided, then the new organism, new cell is formed. It means reproduce, new cell. As you know, the new cell is formed from the pre-existing cell. It means when the cell divides, the new cell will form, and this cell division will take place by the process of either fission or budding. Generally it is in higher classes, but fission I think you have done small topic in 8th class. And fissions means when a single cell, unicellular cell is split in two or more than two cells, then it is fission, means splitting. And buddings, the new cell or the new organism will form by forming a buds on its parent cell, which get mature and detached from the main parent cell. These are the process in which the cell is divided. It will take place by the fission method or the budding. Membrane bound cell organella are absent. It means membrane is not well defined. Outer membrane mean we can say cell membrane or the plasma membrane. If the cell membrane or plasma membrane is also not well defined, then the cell organella which are present in the cell between the cell membrane and the nucleus. Here is no membrane is present, therefore the membrane bounded organella, small organella which perform the specific function are absent. And example is bacteria. It means bacteria is the prokaryotic which has very small in size, in which only one chromosome, it is unicellular, and nuclear region is not well defined. We can say it is nucleoid, and due to the absence of the membrane, therefore cell organella are also absent and nucleus is also absent. These cell division will take place by the process of fission or the budding. Eukaryotic cell. Generally, when the nuclear region of a cell is well defined or the bounded by a nuclear membrane, and then there is no formation of nucleoid, that it will form the nucleus, well defined nucleus in the eukaryotic cell. And then these eukaryotic cell is slightly different from the prokaryotic cell, and these eukaryotic cell are fairly large in size. They are comparatively larger in size than the prokaryotic cell. And the cell, we need to see the microscope, but the size is comparatively larger than the prokaryotic cell. And they have well-defined nuclear region. Means well-defined nuclear region means it contains nucleolus. Yeah, it present nucleus. It means nuclear region is well defined. If here is in prokaryotic nuclear region is not defined, then you said in previous class that when nuclear region is not well defined, then it present only the nucleic acid. Nuclear region is well defined, maybe unicellular, and these type of eukaryotic cells are maybe unicellular or multicellular, single cell organism or more than one cell organism in eukaryotic. And in multicellular, it contains more than one chromosomes. In eukaryotic cell contain more than one chromosomes, whereas prokaryotic has only one chromosome. Nucleolus is present in only cell division. Here the cell division is either fission or the budding, but here is the cell division will take place mitosis and meiosis. And this is mitosis and meiosis. The meiosis is the reproduced new one, and mitosis is related to the growth and development, and meiosis that will be reproduced new cell, and when the cell will grow, then it is the mitosis. There the cell division will take place in where? In eukaryotic cell by mitosis or the meiosis. And this is membrane bounded cell organella are present. It means its outer membrane is well defined. If the outer membrane is well defined, then membrane bounded cell organella are present inside the cell, in between nucleus and the cell membrane, and which perform the specific function. And all these are example all plants and animal are the example of the eukaryotic cell. Eukaryotic plant is the example of eukaryotic cell. If the question is asked, write the difference between the bacteria and the onion cell. Onion cell and bacteria, if there will be a difference, then you have to write the difference between prokaryotic and eukaryotic. Why? Because bacteria is related to prokaryotic, and example of prokaryotic, and onion which is plant part, and this is eukaryotic. If the question will ask from you, write the difference between bacteria cell and bacterial cell and onion cell, then you have to write the difference between prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. This, and the next topic, which is the cytoplasm, and already you have studied cell has three main parts. One is outer part, plasma membrane, other is inner part, dot like structure is nucleus, and third one is the region between the nucleus and the plasma membrane. and the region between the nucleus and plasma membrane, which is known as cytoplasm, and then the cytoplasm, which is a fluid-like structure, paste-like structure, fruit jelly-like structure, means it is paste, and in which the cell organella are present, and these cell organella which perform the specific function, and which is discovered cytoplasm, which is cytoplasm is the part of the cell which is discovered by the colleague, and it is similar to the, I already discussed you protoplasm, but first name was given by the protoplasm, which is Purkinje. And this is the region between the plasma membrane and the nucleus. The region between the plasma membrane and the nucleus is known as cytoplasm. It is a fluid content inside the plasma membrane. You know, the cytoplasm is the region between plasma membrane and nucleus. It means inside the nucleus. It means cytoplasm is covered by membrane, which is plasma membrane, and inside that membrane the fluid contact inside the plasma. It is the fluid contact. It is, the structure is like a fluid, not completely liquid form but semi-liquid, and it contains the specialized cell organella. Specialized cell organella means which perform the specific function, and we will study later on after this topic. And virus is a non-living organism. Virus is non-living. It means it is non-living. And why? Due to the lack of any membranes. It does not have any membrane. Therefore, it does not show the characteristic of which one? Life. It does not show any characteristic of living organism due to the absence of membrane. But when it entered to the living organism, it show its characteristic of living. Then it's survive. Then it's life. And its life and grow and multiple mechanism from its machinery, and the virus use the machinery of the living organism in which it lives, in which it entered. That machinery is used to multiply itself, and viruses are increasing in a large number. But when it does not enter to the living organism, it is not a living thing, not a living organism. It simply non-living things, means die. Like you have known the coronavirus, that is the virus is non-living until it will not enter to the living organism. It means virus, when this corona will enter to our body, then it will multiple and use the machinery of an organism to multiply itself. Virus is a non-living or lack of any membranes, and it does not show the characteristic of the life. It does not show any characteristic of the life until they enter the living body. When they enter the living organism, living body, then they show its characteristics and use its machinery to multiply. And cell organella, I already told you, the cell organella are the very teeny organisms which already have the membrane and perform the specific function, and they are separate from each other, in which present in the cytoplasm, and which present in the cytoplasm and perform the specific function bounded by a membrane, and they are separate to each other and does not affect on the cytoplasm, and these are perform the specific function. Cell organella, they perform the specific function present in the cytoplasm, and they are the different type of cell organella. Endoplasmic reticulum, ER, generally we will write it ER, capital E, endoplasmic R in reticulum. And second one is Golgi apparatus, या Golgi bodies. We can say Golgi apparatus or Golgi bodies, and lysosome, mitochondria, plastid and vacuole. And there are so many cell organella, but in your syllabus these are the different type of cell organella which is in your syllabus. And the first one is endoplasmic reticulum, second one is Golgi apparatus or Golgi bodies, third one is lysosome, mitochondria, plastid and vacuoles. If the question will ask, write what are the different type of cell organella, then you have to write all. In your syllabus there are these type of cell organella in your syllabus, and but there are so many cell organella. First is endoplasmic reticulum, second is Golgi apparatus, third one is lysosome, and next one is vacuoles, and next one is mitochondria. These are the plastid also, and these cell organella also a membrane, whether it is one membrane or two membrane or non-membranaceous, and the non-membranaceous is limit only one or two, and single membrane are ribosome or are single membrane cell organella are endoplasmic reticulum, lysosome, Golgi apparatus, vacuoles, Golgi apparatus, endoplasmic reticulum, and lysosome. There are four cell organella. First is lysosome, endoplasmic reticulum, vacuoles, and Golgi apparatus. Endoplasmic reticulum, lysosome, Golgi apparatus, and vacuoles are the four cell organella which has only one membrane, single membrane is present. If the question will ask, give an example here, name the cell organella which has only one cell membrane, you have to write anyone. If the question will ask two cell organella which has single membranous, which has only one membrane, that you have to write any two examples. There are four. And the double membrane, the cell organella which has two layer of membrane, they are, first is mitochondria and plastid. Mitochondria and plastid are the cell organella which has two membrane, they are double membranous layer, and they have own DNA. DNA means deoxyribonucleic acid, have their own genetic material. It means two cell organella, mitochondria and plastid, have their own genetic material, and they are also double layer membrane. And next is non-membranous membrane cell organella is ribosome and centrosome is not in your syllabus, but if you want to, if the question will ask, write the two non-membranes or cell organella, then you can write. Otherwise, the question will ask only write one non-membranous cell organella which is only ribosome. These are the different topic. First is prokaryotic, cytoplasm, and cell organella. And next class we will discuss the different function, what are the different characteristic or the function of the cell organella. And now the 3 question I have given you, and you have to complete it. And the question related to that topic you have to complete from NCERT, whether it is blue box or the textbook question. I request you, please complete all the textbook question or the blue box question, and when from only those questions you have to complete which topic which topic I have covered in the class, only in the class, and not beyond that one. And the first question is, do you agree that a cell is a building unit of a organism? If yes, and explain. Yes. And how to explain? You know it is a structural functional unit of life, and you have to explain one or two lines at least. Why the endocytosis found in the animal cell? Well, you have to explain what is endocytosis first. What is endocytosis and why endocytosis is present in the animal cell? Why it is absent in the plant cell? And you have to give reason and explain it. Name the cell organella which is non-membranous. And you already know non-membranous is ribosome. And how does amoeba obtain its food? By the process of endocytosis, and same you have to explain the process endocytosis.